Folks out there. My name's Little Jimmy Bo. Mr. Barnett told me that if I was good and I read this for him, that I might be able to get on the show again. Well, here goes. Try to. Warning. Bowling Alley features people and per- personal, personal, personalities that may not be suitable for some of you, especially young ones. Mr. Barnett says parental this 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 oppression is advised. I don't know what that means, because I didn't have a mom or a daddy since I was very young. Mr. Bolin said that if you let your young ones watch, you're probably a bad parent, just like my daddy. Daddy don't like this show, but where are you, Daddy? I miss you.
Indeed.
Okay, yeah, that Phantom thing, you got to get it, man. It's good.
Oh,
Why
good.
don't we start the show?
Well, we have just started it. Literally, as of now, we're running on video and we're running on radio.
We are. Can we take live calls?
We cannot.
There we go. All right, well, that's what we need then.
Calls is literally
Fuck
the only thing we can't do.
Just fuck everybody. And Chris, the camera's there. I have a tendency to look into the
Oh,
microphone.
I don't care.
And I talk to
stare
Ed.
off into space, and
Well,
I'm barely here. So.
Yeah, you do that in court, and it never works out. So.
Are you doing the Ken Kennedy today?
He was doing Kennedy the other day.
That was what I was doing the other day as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
you could have duct taped that to the ceiling by now, and it wouldn't even have to hold it.
Well, with this Mickey Mouse production, no, that's not going to happen.
But we're above Mickey Mouse now. We stepped into
they
Pluto.
call it gaffer tape over there. So yeah.
Is it gaffer tape?
Gaffer tape or gaffer tape, something like that. Yeah.
They don't.
I don't know why we don't just call it goose tape or some equivalent to duct tape.
If you hold the mic dead center, it covers up a lot of ugly.
All right. So what are
I
the
paid to do that.
what are the topics of the week? What are we discussing?
Okay, we started. Have we opened as the show started?
The show has started.
The show has started.
Wait a minute, I didn't hear "Cake by the Ocean" play. What happened?
That song's done. It's
see, last month's problems came from an alternative audio board, which means that no, you're not getting any entrance music.
Oh, fuck that! Damn, I thought
which also meant that the live stream wouldn't work, and
we're just gonna have to go with these matching quality, high definition digital audio microphones and hope the fuck that's good enough, right?
The problem with having cameras when we actually do this is now everybody can see how bored I am and how tired I am.
Yeah.
It also means that if you leave,
I think
you'll know
you when you got the fans knew you were bored when you got here 20 minutes late and left 30 minutes early.
Yeah, it's about time to go.
I think they pretty much knew.
Vince here? No.
Oh, by the way, we're being treated tonight. The Bolins, the entire Bolin family. My last meal is coming up. For those of you that don't know, August the 8th is my last meal. Surgery is scheduled for the 22nd of August. And as one of my last meals, and I'm going to have fucking plenty of them, is going to be tonight at the Olive Garden. It was going to be that or Carrabba's, but he could feed one of us at Carrabba's or all of us at Olive Garden, so we opted for Olive Garden. Because that way none of us have to pay, and that's kind of the way we like it.
All right, that's boring. Let's get into the topics.
Boring. That's exciting news, going to the Olive Garden. A lot of people can't afford Olive Garden. A lot of my fans can't.
Apparently we can't afford Carrabba's, so. All right, what are the topics? What are we talking about?
the new Raw and SmackDown after the draft.
I didn't watch it. So, yeah.
Well, I actually did. I saw the first SmackDown. I'm in progress on the second SmackDown. I've watched both Raws, and when I say I watched, I mean skimmed through very quickly. And what are you drinking? Your mug root beer? I got the Diet Dr. Cherry.
You've got the more names in one drink than I have. In my
Diet
entire
Dr.
drink.
Cherry Pepper or something like that.
See, I can say name of my drink in one syllable. Coke.
Chris loves these. For the very first time, we got the cherry. He loves these. He says they taste like what was it?
Warm piss and apple cider vinegar.
And I've never had warm piss, so I'll have to defer to the prince on how good that tastes.
Better than cheer wine.
Harry and I are not using the condom covers on our microphones tonight. We just like the way it looks better. And there's yours. See, we have them all over the world. And by the way, I have ordered 4 more of these microphones, so that way when we have 4 guests here at the bowling alley,
which has never happened,
we're all, but it's going to, and we're going to have color-coded microphones in pink, white, blue, and white.
Over here to be on the show.
If he's still alive, I'll see what I can do. Roger Nature Boy Kirby. I like the new format a little better. The intro music's a little better. They're amping it up a little bit. Lots of sexual innuendos, especially on SmackDown, that were not on previous shows. It's probably not going to be long before we're back to Attitude Era Part 2, because the ratings, I think they said they were actually over 3 million the last 2 weeks in a row, which they've had an awful lot of 2 millions and some that didn't even crack 2. So apparently the new look is getting some interest. We've got the 2 different rosters. Of course, Orton showed up on both shows this week.
As did
as did who?
As did Brock Lesnar.
Oh, Brock's on both shows. See, you've ruined SmackDown for me. I'm not that far into it.
Spoilers, Harry. Spoilers.
Goddamn, Harry. All right.
It's live now. Come on. It's not spoilers
life,
if it's live.
Life's a bitch. As a matter of fact, if it's all right with you, why don't you and Chris just talk? And if you could lean to the right, I'm going to watch The Big Bang Theory.
See, my original plan was to have both my logo and your logo playing in the background.
Where'd my logo go? I noticed I got left out. Where's mine?
Well, see, it was going to be playing on. It was going to be playing on there, but it was the wrong way round.
Wrong way round?
And I didn't know how to flip it.
Give me that in English.
As in, I couldn't. Wait, it is in English. I speak English. I am English.
King.
And you can now see Chris's embarrassment.
You said that about the Plumber Show, and we got nearly 100,000 downloads.
Fucking awful. Our fans are just stupid.
Vince Russo only beat that show by 60,000 downloads.
That's a fucking shame.
And the Plumber episode. So I'm figuring if we can just shit on this more than the Plumber episode, then we're really going to do good.
Maya, go get us an arborist.
See, the video will probably be the selling point this month.
Well, once they get a look at us, maybe not.
They're going to want a refund if this is the selling point.
Yeah, they might back out after that.
Where are these tricks with the dogs that you were showing me the other day, Kenny?
The tricks? Well, Maya got banned from that one trick. It turned out it's not legal in Kentucky. So you can't do what she was doing with 2 Cow there. And he's been locked out of the bedroom, I think. I heard him crying. Is he around?
Somebody let him in.
Mook, let him in. Open that goddamn door. No wonder it's so fucking hot in here. You fucking moron.
You are right.
That's where the cool air comes from. Come on.
You are right. It's hot.
Come on. We need some ratings here, Cow. There's the little cow. No, little cow. He's my little buddy. And I love him so much more than Chris. I just wish I'd only had Cow and no Chris. All right.
See,
I get up off the goddamn bed, Chris, and act like you're on a part of a fucking radio show. This is terrible. Chris, get up here and participate.
The people listening are
goddamn when the fucking dog started in the sun.
I'm bored. I'm not enjoying it.
You got the attention span of a fucking duck.
I have a great attention span. The show's just...
Oh, you're Donald Trump now. You got a huge attention span. What did you say?
I'm going to do this podcast.
You knew we'd get to Donald Dump at some point.
You got a huge attention span. What did you just say?
We have the chat room running, Harry. Do we have the chat room?
We do. Let's see if they've actually said anything.
Yeah, we can't take calls, but we can take chat, correct?
No, that is correct. Raul has said hello. That is about it.
Hi, Raul.
Hi, Raul. You're always reliable, Raul. You're always there.
We're not going to hear you, but you probably don't have the high-definition quality microphones we have anyway.
I'm already sick of these fucking microphones.
And if you don't have these, we're not even going to let you call in. You can get these from me in the future for $59, you think? $59.95, and I'll even sign a piece of paper to go with it stating they're authentic BS microphones.
Harry's
already got his.
Pokemon Go.
I did, but when I couldn't cheat, I deleted it.
Why can't you cheat? What's going on?
Because I couldn't figure out the joystick, the walking thing. I wanted to be able to do it from the comfort of my own home where my battery does not die.
You can't do that. You have to actually go out.
Yeah, you got to
to
go outside the door, from what a lot of people are telling me, and run the risk of getting hit by a car or a bus.
See,
It's not that much.
you've both seen how small I am. I don't need an app to get me outdoors.
Show me your hands. Show me your hands. Hold your hands. Yeah, those are tiny. Yeah. Yeah, Donald Trump's hands ain't that big, but those are tiny hands.
You mean Donald Dump?
Donald Dump. Well, now the new phrase is I got to take a dump is now I got to take a Trump. It's the same thing. You're taking a shit. Either way. So yeah, the SmackDown and Raws I think are somewhat of an improvement. Brock Lesnar, he failed a drug test apparently in the MMA thing, correct?
He did, yeah.
But they're ignoring that in the WWE.
Well, they should. I don't get why they have a steroid ban in WWE anyway, and they didn't for years.
It's not like you can't look at the boys and just look at them and tell who's on and who's not.
And beyond that,
good to hear Cena's not on.
And beyond that, it's not fucking like they're cheating in a professional sport. They're not, they're not getting a competitive edge over.
It's like telling Sylvester Stallone he can't take steroids to do Rocky IV.
Well, you might beat Drago unfairly in your phony movie.
Isn't it pretty much the same thing?
It is fake.
Yeah.
I know nobody wants to hear that, but
I didn't really think about that, but that is pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like testing the actors in the movie, and if you test positive, you can't do the movie.
You're suspended from production for 60
days. I'm glad you brought that up, because that's an excellent point. We're telling people that in a fake, and even Cornette admits that it's fake now, which he said he would never do.
Cornette admitted that it's fake?
Well, in a roundabout way. I think only the shit that he does is real.
Yeah.
The stuff with him and Russo.
His real feud with Russo.
Yeah, real.
That thing.
They fucking make love behind the scenes. You ain't fooling me. Well, I don't know it for a fact, but I've got my suspicions.
All right, so
something's up.
Yeah,
and I think it's Cornette's erection. I'm just saying.
So yeah, I mean they're literally telling people.
I take that back. Like Cornette could get an erection. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
But they're telling people that you can't have a competitive edge in a completely non-competitive sport.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not a sport, it's a production. It is a telenovela with greased up men pretending to fight each other in an elaborate way. That is what you are telling these people they cannot have a competitive edge in, to the point to where some of them who have actual medical necessity, as happened to Chris Hero early on in his contract negotiations, you're telling them they can't be on medicine that they need. I know that's a rule in MMA. Las Vegas does not allow any sort of testosterone replacement, even when it's medically necessary. I think that's what happened to Chael Sonnen. Or somebody like that. I'm not a big MMA guy, but I think it happened to Sonnen, where he was on something for hypogonadism, and they made him retire.
Hypogonadism. Maya, you got any comments on godism?
Hypogonadism.
Oh, that's a sheep. God damn her.
And they essentially made him retire from competition because he couldn't take his medication. I might have the fighter wrong, but I know it happened to some UFC fighter. I thought it was Sonnen.
Yeah.
Which is nonsense. I mean, if it's a medical necessity, then you should be able to take your medicine.
And at least MMA is not a 100% total work. I think the undercard guys have to earn their shit. Yeah. They're only working the big shit.
Raul was asking about the final deletion. I've just seen. Have we talked about that?
That happened. It was a thing. Yeah. It was filmed. It was produced, and it was aired on television. I am almost.
But it turns out both Hardy Boys were on steroids, and it's like that shit never happened. It's been suspended. It's all been taken away. The films are being burned. They're going to have to redo it, not on steroids and or hallucinating drugs. Yeah, hallucinogens. Whatever they were on when they did that, they can't do that anymore. They're going to have to do it straight and clean. Psychedelics. I can see that.
I think he wants to know about what you think about Matt Hardy's character as well.
It's on television. He is portraying that
Somebody's
character.
filming it.
Yeah, someone's filming it. That's a very good
somebody's
point.
filming
A lot of people neglect how important the filming of it is.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, I can't go any lower.
It is on that scale. It is on that scale.
No, it's not. No.
See,
because they said Trump's popularity went down 3% yesterday, which now makes it a negative 3%. And that's kind of where I feel about the Hardy thing. I literally got sick, and Harry's the one that pushed me over the edge to watch the fucking thing. Thanks, Harry.
I'm gonna
You're
say
welcome.
this. I watched it as I ate Taco Bell at 3 a.m. from the Taco
You
Bell.
lucky fuck. You got Taco Bell at 3
Hang
a.m.?
on, hang on. From the Taco Bell in the ghetto, and I was barely served.
You went to the ghetto?
I did.
Oh.
And my dog was looked at hostilely by.
You took the dog to the ghetto?
I always take the dog with me.
God,
And
fuck,
they
sick
looked
fuck.
at
Safest,
Choco
safest
very
way to be there.
very hostile. And that match was still the worst thing I saw in that entire run of things. It was worse than the Taco Bell, which was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
My drink had no syrup in it. It was just carbonation, which I know you Europeans drink that
syrupiness.
seltzer water crap. But we don't do that shit.
Maya, the German, Brazilian, Puerto Rican behind me drinks that fucking seltzer shit and claims she likes it. We bought a 36-pack of it over here because she assured me it would be good. We got it in orange. We got it in cherry. We got it in coconut. That shit mass-produced in my refrigerator. One morning it was 36. The next day we woke up, there's 72. The next day there was 144. The next day there was 288. They were like the fucking tribbles on fucking Star Trek. The more you had of them, the more that they produced. You couldn't get rid of it. They taste like fucking shit. Even Maya would take one sip of them and leave the empty cans not empty.
You've got your thumb in her eye there.
I got my thumb in her eye? Yeah, my thumb's in her eye. But that shit fucking sucked, man. Seltzer. Y'all drink seltzer water and like it? Really?
Not
Not
me
you?
personally.
Not him personally. Maya, would you like to step up here and defend your
See,
seltzer water? That you...
I personally am drinking Coke, but you know.
Are you drinking that out of a mason jar?
No, it's a mug. Coke.
It's
Mug.
a fucking mason jar.
It's a mason jar mug. That's
With
what
a
it
mason,
is.
it's got the we just bought 6 of those, even bigger than the one you're drinking out of, and it'll hold like 3 12-ounce canned drinks. It'll hold like 36 ounces, and that's with a lot of ice.
How much?
What do we pay, Maya? $10 for 12 of them? Yeah, I got 6. She took 6. We paid $10 for 12 of them.
Okay.
And she took 6 home with her, and I kept 6.
My terrible math says that you paid less than I did, so okay.
Yeah.
And it was dollars as opposed to pounds.
Well,
so
you
they paid much
you
less.
saved $5 on your microphone. Russo, I think, paid $109. We know what you paid. We know what I paid. We can't reveal those prices here live on the alley because we're going to have them for sale at half of what Russo paid, less than half. And you're going to be able to get your own digital microphone and sound as good as me and the Prince and you. You're a low talker.
Man, this
You
show
need
is garbage.
you
Like,
needed that
this
mic.
is
No,
trash.
it's not. It's not garbage. The fans love this.
No, we only have one fan, and it's Raul, and he's bored too.
Well,
I'm
only
sure
one
of it.
fan live. A lot of people download us and listen
They
on
won't
the
this
drive
week.
home. They will. You keep saying that, and we're going to have 200,000 downloads of this shit.
We got more people in the chat room having things.
More
to say.
people.
Fools.
See,
Blasted
the
fools.
word's gotten out about how great this show is today. Who else we got in the chat room? Who's saying what? Who's saying dick?
Gregory Manuel said something about, hey Kenny, apparently drug testing are a shoot in UFC.
Yeah, Greg Manuel, I think I spoke to earlier today. I think he's helping take care of his parents. A pillow strategically placed over the nostrils, and you won't have to worry about dealing with your parents
Just
anymore.
a little pressure. You don't need much.
Not a lot, just
a
enough
little.
to cut the air
A
off.
gentle lean.
You don't want to
will
leave
do.
thumbprints on the pillows. But you know what? I've watched countless CSIs. I've seen all the detective shows. The pillow works every motherfucking time. They never get traced. There's never fingerprints. No bodily damage. They just quit breathing in their sleep. And let's face it, that happens all the time to old people. I even got to look out myself because I got 6 great big pillows back there.
They're heavy too.
Big,
Wouldn't-
heavy
wouldn't
pillows.
take much. Yeah.
Get that smile on your face when you
Well,
talk about a
let me see what
pillow.
else
Not
he said.
breathing.
He also said he just got done shaving his head. I'm guessing that meant that he was bored of us.
Nazi!
Damn,
Hey,
I was laughing. You realize this is a third sensitive piece of equipment here. You just heard Aries' ears.
No, I was covering my head because you made fun of bald people.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not,
Well, we're
you
not on
skin-headed
the
soccer hooligans. like you are.
we're not on the multiple headphones over here. We probably should do that, but you're on the creative Bluetooth speakers where the whole household can hear you. It's warm in here today, man. It's fucking humid outside.
You know, the
The
funny thing is it's warm here as well.
What's warm over there? 62?
Well, our temperatures are.
Are you all on that Celsius shit over there?
He's on that
Indeed.
Celsius.
All right, like Celsius, you can say 30, and it means like a 30-degree difference. It could be 99 or 120, and it's about the same thing. All right, Harry's changing clothes. Harry, this is not a costume change. Harry just left the fucking show. He's gone.
He's gone. I'm gone.
No, it ain't right, man. No, and Chris left too.
See,
That leaves me and Maya.
I said it was too hot. I had to change.
Oh, look at him. Look at him looking good over there. Got the BS going. Maya, where's your BS shirt
We're
at?
playing Pokemon Go. I think it's too glary, but yeah.
It's too glaring. Yeah, you can't hardly see it.
Chris, I've never been more disappointed.
Oh, you will be. You will be.
As a matter,
You know you want to catch them all.
Like no one ever was, Barnett. No one ever.
I promise people two things here: no extensive political rants and no fucking Pokemon. I promise the people that.
You're a lot.
Well, I didn't promise the Pokemon thing, but I will now. As a matter of fact, on SmackDown, I guess that's the one it was. Whichever one Goldust and his little friend are on. What's that little guy's name?
R-Truth.
R-Truth. Yeah, R. Kelly. Him and R. Kelly are running around in the back, and they're playing Pokemon in the back. And the only way that he could get R. Kelly to go to the ring with him is that he promised there were Pokemon in the ring, and then he agreed to go. So this is what the backstage productions have been reduced to. Is these two? I'm not going to call Goldust a stupid fuck because I ran into him in the back once and he scared the shit out of me. and I'm not scared of too many people, but he scared me. He wanted to know what I was doing in the back, and I said, "Well, I'm Jim Cornette's friend," and he told me to meet him back here. Oh, great! Any friend of Cornette's a friend of mine. Well, he didn't have that attitude early on because I thought he was going to beat the shit out of me for wandering around in the back. And this many moons ago, I don't even think we'd started OVW together as of yet, or if we had, it was in the early stages, and Cornette was not with us. But scared the teetotal fuck out of me. He's an intimidating figure. Not so much these days.
We're getting a very mixed reaction to the Pokemon stuff.
I bet anybody.
What are the reactions?
Anybody 28 and over is into it, and anybody 48 and over thinks you're fucking stupid, and anybody 28 and under going, "What the fuck's Pokemon?"
Marlon Miller says, "God, Pokemon, give me a break." I mean, you got a couple of people asking.
Well, I like him.
You got Rahul asking which Pokemon are around.
Oh, Jesus, shut up.
324 Goldeen, guys.
Yeah,
so far, we've caught nothing but Pidgeys in this area.
I'm out.
Marlon Miller says, I'm 28 and I hate
you're not
Exo.
going down. We're committed to 7:05 here. We're committed. 7:06 because Harry was late tonight setting up his shit
All
as
right,
usual.
so what are the other questions?
Let me. Paul RJ left me one earlier on for you.
Paul RJ from Australia. See, we're worldwide tonight.
Hey, the game launched in Australia.
Did it launch in Australia?
I know he's
Paul
playing.
is not playing. Paul's not playing
Paul's
Pokemon.
Team Mystic. I know Paul. He's a good guy.
Paul, Team Mystic, you think?
Team Mystic.
Paul, are you Team
He's not gonna
Mystic?
be one of these dirty Valor bastards.
You don't think so?
Wait,
Paul-
This goes off the rails.
Paul's an educated man. He is not playing Pokemon.
which one's Mystic? Is that yellow or blue?
Mystic is blue. Yes.
Oh yeah, I was blue. Before
Yeah,
I deleted it.
I knew
Just
you were
to-
decent.
Did you hear
Just to
all that
remind you.
bass in Harry's voice? Harry, get the bass out of your voice before I come over there and smack you around a little bit. Well, that's that. No, go ahead and put the bass back in your voice. You need it.
I
Is Raul
understand.
playing the game? Is Raul
All
playing?
right, Kennedy. Is Raul playing Pokemon?
Is Raul playing Pokemon?
Raul, are you playing Pokemon?
That sounds much better. What you're doing now is much better.
Okay, I'll carry on holding it very
to
very
go.
Kennedy style. He says
Way to
yes.
go, Kennedy. Yeah.
I knew he would be. I knew Raul would be.
Raul, you stupid fuck.
I'm about to grow to level 16 as well.
Oh,
So
aren't you a real man?
I am. I'm gonna
Jesus
be the
Christ.
best.
How old are you? Oh, matter of fact, Maya, we're going to say it together. We predicted Christopher's age today.
Seems like both of you should know that.
We were in the kitchen, and simultaneously we said, and get ready, Maya, just to prove that with this ain't a work. Maya, on the count of three, we're going to say Christopher's age. Lean up here. Get off your fucking Pokemon and lean up here. No, we're going to say Christopher's age at the same time. We did it in the kitchen today, remember?
I don't know.
Lean up here. I want you on camera for this. Lean up here. Get. Okay, here we go. On the count of three, we're going to say Christopher's age because we said it in the kitchen today. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. 45. we both said 45. That's funny shit because he's only 29, but he's lived a hard life. Yeah, he had that one day he had to work, and it really took a lot out of him.
That day really.
God,
it
what a
ruined
sucky
me.
day.
It ruined me.
Well, they tricked you. You stayed 3 weeks and built a fence. And you thought it was one day. They just kept telling you the day wasn't over yet. And 3 weeks later,
I don't understand time.
3
So
weeks
I'm still
later,
on this show.
3 weeks later, he had earned $1,522. So, and he's only 15.
They stole from me.
Yeah,
They
did.
owed me more.
So how's it feel to be 45 years old in a 29-year-old body?
I feel like I'm like your sister. I just had years added to my life I didn't know that I got.
So, well, she didn't get quite that many.
No.
I had to tell my sister once, folks, that she was 2 years older than she was. She was adopted.
No,
And
hang on. This is a great Bolin story. And I don't know if this one's in the book, but
I don't think this is.
it should have been.
It's going to be in book 2.
Yeah, whenever that comes up. But
I probably screwed you again coming in 2018.
I certainly screwed you too coming in 2018.
Yeah.
Harry's gone again. He's giving up.
I definitely screwed you too. And
he's putting
over the book. Thank God. Yeah. I've got 20 books out in the hallway, but I didn't bring any in.
So back to what I was going to say. His mother basically was having a child with a sailor who I don't know that she actually knew the name of. It was between a few guys. Yeah, that show that I did most of with Cornette.
You didn't make the picture though.
Oh, that's what Rahul said. Dealing with a Jim Cornette will age you a lot faster.
It will. It will.
Another cover.
You know the guy who set up all these Russo shows. That I started this stuff. Yeah, so it's really.
Well, don't tell Cornette that. He thinks that that we had nothing to do with that. That Russo hijacked our show once.
Russo hacked in, and we were just polite about it. No, I don't even know where I was going. My mind's gone.
Throw that.
You ran the show. You pretty much did the show with Cornette.
Turn the microphone upside down because you sound too bassy that way.
I apologize.
Much better.
It actually does sound a lot better.
I wonder what
funny,
he's doing.
I
I hope we don't sound like that.
Maybe Ken Kennedy actually.
Kennedy knew some shit we didn't know apparently, but you're much clearer that way. The fans will agree with me.
Well, I'm gonna have to somehow suspend this from. I'm gonna have to suspend this from the sky.
You got to duct tape it from the ceiling, or what kind of tape do you say they got over there?
Gaffer tape.
Gaffer tape. We have Gorilla tape here. Do you have that over there?
How's the McLaren factory
We do.
doing?
We do.
How's the McLaren factory holding up?
It's still there. We had a little bit of rain yesterday. I don't know if that affected it.
All right. How do we sound now as opposed to before?
Slightly Foghorn Leghorn, yeah.
All right. Now, how do we sound this way?
About the same.
That's the same. Good. Thank God, because I wasn't going to hold that fucking microphone for an hour.
Oh. Speaking of Foghorn Leghorn, I'm gonna open up the website and have a look at the poll numbers.
Oh, let's see. Well, you know it's a land. You know goddamn well it's a landslide.
I think Mr. Peanut's coming back this week.
You think?
I think this is Peanuts week.
I don't think so.
Let's have a look.
We haven't gotten into Donald Trump sufficiently yet. We're gonna have to do that here in a little bit.
I've been messing with him on Twitter.
Chris and I both have been tweeting the shit out of Trump fucking with him, and Chris is much more harmful about it than I am. I don't use foul language.
I want him to kill himself. I admit that.
I don't know that you can push him to do it.
I don't either.
He has no shame.
I don't either. But
you can't shame him in it. If he'll rape a 14-year-old girl,
she was 13 when he raped her. Let's be clear.
Well, I wouldn't there.
Allegedly raped her. I don't want to get sued. That fucking piece of shit allegedly.
A lot of people
allegedly forcefully fucked that 13-year-old girl
in front of a witness.
His fucking allegedly faggot best friend. So he allegedly.
No, don't go there.
He allegedly raped the 13-year-old. Allegedly. This is on video, so allegedly. Fuck you. I know your NSA fucking cronies are seeing this, so fuck them too.
The people listening live, are probably sort of not knowing what's going on when you say it about the video. It's quite funny.
Well, then fucking watch later.
There will be video later tonight, correct?
Indeed. Hopefully this isn't too much of an effort to edit, so I imagine it'll be quite.
Well, if you'd have cleared out the 4,000 hours of porn you got on your computer, you could do this. Maya says it's closer to 8,000.
I did not 10,000.
No, you did say 10.
We've been asked what your thoughts on Finn Balor are.
I saw his promo a couple of minutes ago. He's barely any bigger than Michael Cole. And that was what I noticed out of the entire interview. He's got that British accent. You know how I hate that.
He's Irish.
Irish.
Oh, is he Irish? Yeah, I hate that. And me and Prince established long ago, we absolutely fucking despise the Irish. For some reason, they still...
Weren't you meant to be going over there at one point?
What's that?
Weren't you meant to be going over there at one point?
We were supposed to, and I think it got canceled. because I forgot that those were the people we pissed off.
Marlon Mealer, who I think you said was somebody in our room, just liked one of my tweets. So.
Yeah, Martin Mealer was in there.
Thank you, Marlon Mealer.
Martin Mealer, the coke dealer, he's known where he's at. And he's one of the better ones.
Yo, make it snow in the streets, my friend.
Hag Haggerty got a big kick when I said that Donald Trump's going to build a wall around Canada and make Hag Haggerty pay for it. He got a kick out
He's
of
gonna
that.
get the Pakistanis to pay for it.
Well,
I know.
how much could it cost to build an invisible fence around Canada? All you got to do is just lay that fucking.
His policies are as imaginary as his fucking voter base.
See, here's what you do with that Mexican thing. Everyone's talking a wall. I think I got a plan here. What we do is that we lay what's that shit you wrap around your yard to keep your dog in the yard? The invisible fence. Here's what we do. We lay the invisible fence.
The entire nation of Mexico.
You're on to me. We lay the fucking invisible fence for what, about 4,000 miles worth of that shit? 3,000 at best?
Yeah.
About 3,000 miles, and just lay that across the border. And then we collar every motherfucker in Mexico. And if they cross, they get the shit shocked out of them. If you can get across and handle the pain, welcome to America. And if you can't,
that's your immigration.
If you can't, you go. Tell me what'll be easier: the big, slick, expensive wall, and get Mexico to pay for it, or we give out these collars and put the BS logo on them, and tell them it's a cool thing to wear. And once they lock it, they can't get it off. I saw this on an episode of Lost in Space. Only their collar was far more expensive than what I have in mind. So we give out BS collars, so they think they're cool. They put them on. They can't get them off. You cross the wall.
1M.
The little line, the little invisible fence, you get the shit shocked out of you. And if you don't go back to the country that you came from, and you're strong enough and tough enough to get across, welcome to America, get a fucking job. Take one of the ones we don't want, because the prince won't do any of the shit they're doing. I promise you. He tried once.
I will promise you this.
He's telling about the restaurant you sued.
I'm not going to build a fence. I'm not going to wash
You
dishes.
built one fence and you didn't like it.
Like that.
No.
I'm not gonna shingle a roof.
Ain't gonna wash no dishes.
Driveway. I'm not gonna fucking work in a farm. I'm not gonna do any of that. So please.
All those jobs are available. The prince is doing none of them. Take the prince's job.
And you know what? Here's the thing. No other American is doing them either. That's why Mexicans are doing them. You fucking ignorant Republicans don't understand basic economics and supply and demand. If there were Americans who would do these jobs for a reasonable wage, because you have to pay them out the ass.
We would be fucked if we didn't have as many Mexicans.
Oh no, this country would shut down.
We would be
You would not be able to get a goddamn meal in any restaurant. You would not be able to get anything built for you. Your pool that you would add onto your house would cost probably 4 times as much.
Because a white guy would do it.
A white man's not going to do it for anything reasonable, and he's going to fuck it up like he said. So the best thing that you motherfuckers could ever do is beg the Mexicans to come over here and take out your goddamn contract.
Let's get more of them.
You should pray to God that we annex Mexico.
We gave the Indians Oklahoma. Can't we give the Mexicans Texas?
Please, yes. Let's get rid of Texans. They're horrible anyway.
They want to leave anyway. They want to be their own shit.
Yeah.
Send them to Mexico. Bring the Mexicans to Texas. A trade.
Yes.
A trade. A Mexican to be named later.
No,
we trade all of Texas for Mexicans to be named later.
No, the Mexican population of Central American country to be named later can all move to Texas.
I like that.
Yeah.
And we won't even need the invisible fence then. They'll all be here.
Oh, yeah. That's fine.
Scratch the invisible fence and scratch production on those collars. I don't think we're going to need them.
No, just bring it.
I think we've solved the whole fucking thing.
Bring in all the Mexicans to Texas.
All of them. How many are over there? Let's not say all until we know how many they got.
Enough.
Can we leave the fat, ugly ones behind and just bring the pretty little females?
No. Or
do maid work?
No. We need all...
I'd like a pretty Mexican maid.
No.
I don't want to pay her much. Now here I won't have to.
Well, if they're citizens, you'll have to pay them something.
And for any of my Mexican friends out there I've offended, fuck you.
For any Texans I've offended, I never liked you anyway. So
for any Irish I've offended, fuck you.
For
any Canadians I've offended other than Hag Haggerty, fuck you. I hate it when I hurt Hag's feelings.
Raoul said Seamus ruined the accent for everyone.
Fuck Seamus. Saw him today. Seamus has a job and Damian Sandow don't. Fuck Seamus, fuck the Irish, and fuck the WWE for not realizing what they have.
Seamus has a job and Hornswoggle doesn't. I mean, that's equally shameful.
Hornswoggle's a good little midget.
He is fine midget.
Threw him over the left field wall at Wrigley Field once and got free admission.
You really have to explain more to be fine.
I know. Go back and listen to some old shows.
So the Bolin Alley presidential election, we got the numbers then.
Here's the numbers. I know this is a landslide. I'm winning here.
In 21.
No. Before you name, I'm Foghorn. Chris, for whatever fucking reason, is Mr. Peanut, and you are Daffy Duck.
Correct.
Here
He's
we go.
presidential.
Let's have the. He is. I'll give you that. More
So-
presidential than Trump.
Well, before I do,
Start from the bottom, work your way up. Who's third?
And it's not the. This isn't the final numbers.
These ain't the final number. We have three. We got 100 days.
Yeah.
About 96 days.
Yeah, 96 days.
Give me the third guy, second guy, then first guy, and give me the percentages.
well, before I do, when are we ending this?
Election day.
On election day.
Okay, all right. So
Yeah. We got about 96 days left.
at 21% in third place is Daffy Duck.
Peanut. Oh,
Yes!
oh, duck. Oh, ducks in
The
third.
peanut is surging.
How
I'm
many?
telling you.
How many percent?
21.
21. All right. And
All right.
let's hear how Mr. Peanut's
right.
doing, because I know
All
he
right.
ain't took me over.
At 35%,
Oh fuck, you're gaining.
Mr. Peanut.
He's surging. The peanut's popularity is surging.
So 35. Ooh, okay. And at how many percent is Foghorn Leghorn?
And at 44%,
44. That's a 9-point
Nearly,
lead.
that's more than double what Daffy Duck has. I'm just going to turn in my chair. I'm just going to turn in my chair.
Black duck. You know what? I told you not to go with a black duck. You should have known from the beginning. Did he just?
He's off the show.
He's turned his
around.
back. He's quit the fucking show.
He's sick of it. He's not going to allow.
He's left
Daffy
us
Duck-
here. He's left us
He's
here.
not going to allow Daffy
What
Duck
a
to
what
be
a
this one.
what a dickin' move he just pulled.
That was very
What a dickin' move.
Yeah, I put my headphones back on at the wrong time.
The peanut is surging. The peanut is surging. He's gonna take this thing.
But I've got a 9-point lead. That's almost insurmountable, just like Hillary over Donald right now. Hillary's got she has an 8-point lead.
Yeah, that's only. Gonna
She's
grow.
up. It was 3. It's grown to
So
8. Since Donald turned on babies
and veterans
and who else? He's turned on something else. Oh, and the people that have actually fought in the war and
Yeah.
had children killed. Since he's turned on all
Gold
those,
Star parents, they call
he
them.
dropped about 5 points.
Yeah, that's not gonna.
And the woman didn't talk because she probably wasn't allowed to.
Is Frank in the chat room? Is Frank talking?
Frank Regal is nowhere to be found. He's
let me
scared.
have a
He won't
look.
come. He won't come back. Turn your microphone upside down, goddammit. What's the matter with you? Come on, Kennedy. You know you're
Factless
giving.
Frank. Factless Frank. Let me have a look.
Factless Frank on the show.
We would.
Um,
I'm not going to go there. Get us off the
he's
air.
he's not in the actual chat room. He may be in the elsewhere, but
The elsewhere room.
yeah, it
Okay.
says elsewhere, so that's people
Really
not
wanna
in the
know
chat.
his-
He loves to defend Donald Trump.
I know, I really-
And what the fuck up was Mike Bucci, a.k.a. Nova, a.k.a. Simon Dean, a.k.a. fucked in the head. He actually apparently likes Donald Trump. He says the next prez. He's just like Trump. He won't back it up with any facts or figures or reasons.
None of them will.
None of them. Not a fucking one of them.
I will tell you this.
I can't find one.
Every single Trump supporter that I have ever met,
Better
and I've
than
met a lot
Hillary.
of them. I've met a lot of them. I work all through the South, so I see a lot of these fuckers. Not one of them ever showed up for one day of statistical analysis class in high school. Not one of you motherfuckers knows how to read a chart, a graph, understands percentages.
Even I know a
points.
pie chart.
None of you know shit about mathematics enough to understand how a goddamn election works. And I don't think your fucking leader does either. So the fact that you guys think you're going to vote for this guy is even more embarrassing. Dear Lord, did you
let's
pass third grade?
Well, let's just take away the votes he's not going to get. Number one, we'll start with the women.
Okay.
I
Well,
don't-
actually, no. Here. The Republicans are 38% of the population. Let's start with that.
Start with that.
He should get 38% of the vote. In an ideal world, he should count on 38% of the vote.
Count on that.
Now, he's offended women. Women make up roughly about half of the Republican Party. So
Any
fair out.
woman that votes for him is a idiot whore. I'll say that now. If you're a woman and you vote, you have no self-esteem, no
You're
morals.
Aunt Tina.
I don't even know what that is, but it
Instead of
sounds
an Uncle
horrible.
Tom.
Ooh,
Uncle
an
Tom.
Aunt Tina. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you're a woman and you vote for him, you got no self-esteem and you shouldn't reproduce.
You're doing it because your husband's going to beat you if you don't.
Exactly. All right. So we got the women. Now let's go to my good friends, the Mexicans,
He ain't getting the Mexican vote.
because I'm inviting them all in. Come on in, take the shit
I've
jobs we
voted all
don't
the
want.
Mexicans forever, yeah.
Because I never wanted to work. I worked for Kroger for 5 years, and I don't know how I kept my job.
You did.
I slept and lost the job.
J. O'Brien 78 says, I thought there wasn't going to be any politics. Sounds like the experience.
I said no long, lengthy political rants. Shut the fuck up. I can rant a little if I want to. It's my goddamn show.
Also, I don't like any of you, so I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about.
And
I like Raul. Raul's all right.
And Prince, you said that it's your show.
Yeah, this is this is a 50-50 split.
Yeah.
So, as far as I'm
Well, we
concerned,
just bucked my out of the deal, didn't we?
we fucked Harry. He was the goddamn.
Well, Harry
yeah,
hosted.
yeah.
Without Harry, there's no show, and we just
Yeah.
fucked him.
Yeah, so
Fuck you,
no.
Harry.
If I want to fucking
goddamn Irish wannabe.
Look, you motherfuckers listen to Cornette bitch about the local Middletown politics
for 45 minutes.
That's what
this is the future of our fucking country here. There's an
Australian and a Canadian in the chat room, so it's
they
really
don't give a fuck. You
know? The Canadians, they won the fucking presidential lottery. They elected Justin Trudeau. They had a great prime minister.
One guy's from Colorado that's probably sucked so much weed down today he don't even know what fucking state he's in or what day of the week it is.
He's going to Russo's later for that fucking spaghetti dinner we were supposed to be.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to be there tonight, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, we're not going to make that.
And one of the guys I think is from California. They don't count.
Raul just pointed out how there's no Louisville politics, so it's different to Cornette.
We have politics. The fucking really? What's that dipshit governor of ours name? What's his name? Yeah,
Matt Bevin.
Fuck you, Matt.
The
Bevin.
evil dictator.
Let me put that out.
The evil dictator of Kentucky, Matt Bevin, who thinks absolutely no laws apply to him and his thoughts or reasoning. As a matter of fact, we just had a local attorney here put him in his place. Got something he tried to pull overturned where he tried to replace the entire University of Louisville board.
Yeah, with people that he handpicked.
Yeah, people that he handpicked. And he's a Kentucky guy. So a Kentucky guy comes in, and a Republican, trying to call the shots at the University of Louisville.
Schools in the United States, by the way. Louisville is a hyper-liberal city. You Republicans don't fly here outside the South End.
No, when you see the voting and the little charts come up,
it's called demographics. But yeah,
there you go. I was good. Yeah. I was about to say that after you did.
Yeah, here's the thing: like the South End always, not even always, but a lot of times is pretty.
Why don't you lube up while you fuck the people under whenever? That's my.
I make your minds over and
Cow's asleep.
The South End of Louisville is really like low-class white trash trailers, not very good. If you're from the South End of Louisville...
If you're going to alienate my entire fan base, then you can...
Look, I'm sorry. I'm the hero of the Highlands. I live in Cherokee Park, which is like the nicest area of the city. Well, one of the two, along with St. James Court. So...
You just had a murder over there yesterday.
We have murder everywhere. Louisville's got to be a pretty hard city.
Actually. Yeah, it's getting tough. 2 murders in 2 weeks in the Highlands.
Did you hear that Baltimore did away with the death penalty today?
Timmy Baltimore did that?
Maryland.
Oh, Maryland. They did away with the death penalty?
Yeah.
All those floods over there are killing everybody anyway. They're just washing out the evil, so they don't really need that.
Fun fact for you, I once got on a train heading for Philadelphia and ended up in Maryland because I fell asleep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's easy to fall asleep going from Maryland to Philadelphia.
It's not an exciting road trip.
Unless you're going to see the Liberty Bell. And it's got a lot of drug addicts in it up there. They heard the Liberty Bell had crack in it.
Crack?
I just made that one up.
Crack has gone out of fashion. I used to work in a drug rehab. Not the crackheads anymore. It's mostly meth and heroin.
They are laughing their fucking ass off in the chat room. It didn't get much here or there, but the chat room's fucking dying on that.
No, it was a shitty pun. It was just not a good pun.
I thought it was pretty good.
You've been having terrible puns.
You say that, but the fans love it.
I think it's because
they think my puns are huge.
It's like you're a cheesy uncle. Like they enjoy you a couple times a year.
Couple times a year. Yeah. Well, I only do one show a month, and then I do everyone else's show every other day of the week.
Yeah, I don't get why are you so in demand? Is it just because you say shit? Like
I say shit.
There's not much silence with you on the show.
No, there's not a lot of silence. Well, I mean, you and Maya did kind of walk off the show. Maya's back there asleep. 2 cows asleep. Harry's left the show. I mean, it was going to be my Titanic
when the
crash.
bowling alley first started, it was just you.
Just me.
You'd go on for 2 or 3 hours just fucking talking about shit. No callers, no hosts, no.
We did a 7-hour show, and 3 hours of it I didn't realize weren't recording, and only had a 4-hour limit, and I was really pissed about that because I listened to it back right after. I wanted to hear everything I said. And
back when it was a dictatorship running.
It was a dictatorship. We were getting bogus numbers. When Jimmy Cornette came, they started saying his numbers were higher than mine. We all knew better than that. Jerry Jarrett knew better.
Oh, hey, everybody wants Trump to release his tax returns, and he's not doing it. Why don't we get Jim Cornette to release his download numbers? I'd love to see that.
Yeah, let's see your download numbers, Jimmy. Please. We've released ours. Well, Harry did.
And just for fun, let's get Russo to release his, because I think he would do it. He's a stand-up guy.
He would do it.
Russo would release his numbers, and I'm sure Russo's numbers are higher than ours. He's on podcast 1. I want to see Russo's numbers. We have our numbers, and ours are undoctored.
Our undoctored screenshot from Harry.
Yeah, anyone wants to scrutinize our numbers, feel free. And I want Cornette's numbers. And you need to
I got news for you. No, hang on. You shut the fuck up while I'm talking, Harry, and I mean that with all due respect.
Mike down.
Yeah. He just left the whole fucking scene there.
He's out.
All right, he's out. All right.
out.
Then,
All right.
then when I'm done, you can pick up your mic and you can chime back
Just
in.
so I don't interrupt, I'm going to go to the kitchen and get a drink.
Yeah, get 2 drinks because mine's gotten
Ryan,
warm.
would you like a frosted beverage?
Here's the deal. What was I getting ready to talk about? So I didn't realize, Harry, how great our numbers were. I didn't really particularly give a shit. I knew we were a quality show. We've been on 10 years. You've been on, I think, the last 4 of those. And I didn't really know what our numbers were. And then Russo come on, and people ain't going to like this, but Russo elevated our numbers through the roof. From what I understand, our downloads were roughly anywhere between as low as 20 and as high as 40,000 a month, depending what we were doing or what we were talking about, which I didn't think are bad numbers for a little old local boy from LaGrange, Kentucky. And then Russo came on, and then Cornette was shitting on our numbers. He said there's no way that we were getting 40,000 downloads because he's got the backing of MLW. He's Jim Cornette. He's world famous. And there's no way that me and Russo are beating the numbers that him and Ric Flair are doing. I said, well, let me find out. So I contacted Harry. Harry took a screenshot of the actual downloads, and then I was blown fucking away because ever since Russo did our show 6 months ago, we have gone from 40,000 downloads a show at best to now apparently about at least 160,000 downloads from Russo's first appearance. I think we've passed 100,000 from his second appearance. The episode with my plumber drew 95,000 downloads, and this guy's is about a month ago. It might even be higher than that now. And so I've called around, and it turns out that the Jim Rosses, the Jerichos, I don't know Austin's numbers. I haven't got his numbers yet. I know what Cornette's numbers are. And it turns out we are tripling these guys in many cases and even more in the downloads, but yet somehow we're not in the top 10. You see these bullshit polls that come out to where if you blow them, you get mentioned and get ranked in the top 10. You don't see any numbers. You just see number 1, you see the shit. And somehow the bowling
by quality, because we don't offer any of that.
Well, no, fuck that. And then, but the bowling alley, as far as downloads goes, we are apparently blowing most everyone else away, and that includes Colt Cabana.
I think Harry's getting the server reports.
That includes all these people, and no, we're independent. You can get our show on Podcast Gardens. Yes, iTunes and Mixler.
Sometimes YouTube.
YouTube and a few others. Oh, hell, our YouTube views are blowing away a lot, the shit that Cornette does. Cornette had some shit posted recently. What? Can you read this, Chris?
Can I pick my mic up now with a smile?
Yeah, go ahead. And but the numbers, at least he asked permission in a polite, quiet way.
Politely, yeah.
And even though we can't do the show without him, we do kind of punk him out from time to time. We probably shouldn't do that. But so we're with Podcast Gardens. We don't kiss anybody's ass. We're not on Podcast One. We're not on MLW. Big fucking shit. And they've tried to get me, and they ain't got enough fucking money to get me to do 10 goddamn shows a month.
To quote Paul Heyman, I could shoot on MLW for about 2 hours, but because I do enjoy hanging out with Cornette, and I do, and I've put enough matches to that bridge in the last 6 months that I feel like I should leave it alone for a while.
Yeah, we probably should. But MLW apparently doesn't have one show that touches the numbers we're doing here. And yet, that's all I hear is how, this show is and that show is. And most people that listen to our show, most of them say that this is one of the most entertaining shows. Not this week, but other shows that we've done.
Maya, that phone glow in your glasses is terrifying.
Yeah, it's scaring
yeah,
people.
Yeah.
Well, a little bit. If I move my big giant head, you are. Yeah, there you are.
Yeah, you can say you're the live studio audience.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Harry, if I'm not mistaken,
You need a duller phone.
hey,
If you're
you
not
guys totally
mistaken,
should.
well, if you are, I'll tell you.
If I'm not mistaken,
not so
we're
far.
one of the few shows that does live, and normally we do call-ins, but tonight it was either video or call-ins. So
I
we're
vote
taking
call-ins.
your
Skype's
chat
fault.
questions. That's almost as good. And we're going to figure out a way around this, and maybe we can do the call-ins and video the next time.
We
if
should
Harry
be able
will
to.
fucking.
I
If Harry
blame,
ever
I blame
cleans out
Skype.
his phone or gets a new computer.
I blame Skype. It wasn't my computer this time. It was Skype.
You do need another computer, though. That
And I said some horrible things on. I don't know if I said it on live air or not, but I said something here a while back to where I insulted many of my friends who are near their 30s, and live with their mother. And
No,
I
that
thought
was-
it was only I thought it was only one of them, and then it turns out most of my friends are in their 30s and live with their mother, and I didn't realize that.
Dodge that.
So I have to apologize, Cam Moron, little Jimmy LeBeau. I have to apologize to Rick, the tow truck driver, who, by the way, has a beautiful girlfriend. She's model quality. I couldn't get her.
Has.
I couldn't get that girl with 2 pockets full of $1 million each and a 14-inch dick. I could not get this girl. But somehow Rick, the tow truck driver, did. My hat is off to him, even though I don't wear a hat. And they're having some issues right now. I haven't got to meet her in person, but we're working on that, and that's going to be the thrill of my life because he's got a girl almost as hot as Lena, in case Lena's listening.
Harry, I told you were okay to come out of the closet. It's
Yeah,
fine.
come out of the goddamn closet.
It's
Misty
fine.
did. Yeah,
My
put your
God,
yeah,
Harry.
yeah, put your hat on.
We love you and we accept you for who you are.
I don't. That gleam was killing me. I mean, God, and I can see now.
See,
Look how big
You
my
didn't hear
eyes
it.
are now.
You didn't hear any of that.
Look how
no,
big my
I
eyes
I just heard the word hat, so you know.
Yeah, the gleam was killing me, man. I'm glad
I
you.
said that I told you months ago it's okay to come out of the closet. I love you for who you are.
That's
I'm
the
not
that's
gonna
the
judge you.
that's the bathroom, not the.
Now we're not Republicans. We're
stay in
liberal.
there,
If you're gay, that's cool with us. We don't give a shit. Now Donald Trump would. So back to Trump, because we've established
yeah.
we're apparently 160,000 downloads a month or better with these Russo
So apparently,
shows.
you people who bitch about me discussing politics, you love it. You're listening to
Somebody's listening,
Yeah.
and
But doesn't
So,
doesn't
as a
Russo
matter
have
of
the
fact-
same problem though? Because he says that people will listen just to bury him, and then he's got these hundreds of thousands of people listening.
right.
Yeah.
So, but even he was blown away by our numbers. He knew we were a good quality show. He's become
Oh,
big
you told
fans
Vince
of our.
about it?
Yes, he become big fans of ours, and we're obviously big fans of his work, whether Cornette likes it or not. And I don't know what to tell you, man. When I saw those downloads and I knew what these other guys are doing,
Did Vince tell you what he gets?
he did not. He did not.
I'm sure.
But I'm sure he would.
Yeah.
I didn't press him. for
Vince
it.
is coming over here in October as well. I saw.
Oh, you'll have to go say hey to him.
Oh, is he going to be over there? Yeah, make sure you do that.
I believe
sure
he's
you
going
do
to be.
He likes him.
I believe he's going to be in Liverpool and London, and London is obviously not that far. So
No.
If I ever come to London, I want to go to Bath. You know why I want to go to Bath, England?
Roland Orvisol.
Roland Orvisol, Tears for Fears. I want a big reunion show. I want to sing Shout. I want to sing Everybody
That's not
Wants.
even their best song.
Well-
You know what? Trump should be coming out to Everybody Wants to Rule the World because he does.
Kenny, remind me where do you want to go?
Bath, Bath. That's how Roland says it.
See,
Over here we say Bath.
yeah,
Over here it's
and
Bath.
a lot of people.
Where are you
will
from,
say-
Roland? Well, I'm from Bath. I'm from Bath, England. He says it's a very rough area.
Yeah, that's kind of how it comes out with an R between the A and the T.
Oh, Bath.
Barth.
Yeah.
Barth? Oh, I don't know if he puts quite the Bath. It seems like he
Well,
says
it's a
Bath.
British R. It's a
A
British.
British R, a hard British R. But I want to go there. I want to go to Hialeah, Florida. That's where Casey of Casey and the Sunshine Band lives. And the Earth, Wind, and Fire, basically all of them are from Chicago.
Gregorio Miron wants to know how is little Jimmy LeBeau? Did Cornette pay his child support yet?
No, and
Years
he's
behind. Why has he not been incarcerated?
no, he's years behind, 20 some odd years, I guess. How old is Cam Moron, aka Little Jimmy LeBeau?
25,
No, he's older than that.
Is he?
I think
Yeah,
he
'cause
told
he's
me.
still
I think he told me he was 25
You know what? I think he's 25.
because he
But,
said he was slightly older than me by about a few months.
when you're
Few weeks,
when
few
you're
months.
slow as Cam Moron is, it's kind of hard to judge his age.
We're almost done with this show. That's fantastic.
We have 7 minutes. We got to give them till 7:05.
No, we can leave early.
No, we can't, man. We can't pull out early.
Well,
We're not the fucking Jimmy Corn.
Anything about wrestling whatsoever?
I'd like to-
Have we not covered? We talked about SmackDown and Raw a little bit.
That seems more than enough.
That
That
Well,
seems adequate.
okay. So you asked our opinion on the new guy who I said wasn't bigger
Oh.
than Michael Cole.
Oh,
let
fuck.
me
Chris,
see-
you probably know more about him than I do.
Let me see
Virgil,
what Ozo
David.
said.
Step yeah, that guy. What do they call
Okay,
him?
well he's getting a big pop,
Yeah, he's over. He's
but that's
good.
the NXT marks.
He's over. He's good. He was the founder of the Bullet Club. What more do you want from a man?
Do you think-
I
do you
love
think they'll
Sasha-
put the club
I love
back together?
Sasha Banks.
Huh?
Do you think they'll
yeah,
put
I
the
think
club with him?
My honest prediction, and I think they're going to try to do this to save the sinking Roman Reigns ship, is that the club is going to interfere and fuck over Devitt. What do they call him there?
Finn.
Well, they had Roman
What do they
Reigns
call
come out and
Finn Balor.
confront Rusev tonight.
Finn Balor. Okay, I think they're going to have the club join up with Reigns to fuck Balor. And they're going to have the club be with Reigns
Now,
and try to make them
is
heels.
Chris from that distance coming through good and clear, like I probably am here?
He's coming through a lot better than he would have at that distance from another microphone.
Absolutely. Okay. When you get the Phantom Power, you won't have to do what you're doing now. That Phantom Power is amazing for $19. I'm telling
It's
you.
called the Inno Gear.
But,
Yeah, the NO gear, and
see,
I got that today. And you heard the difference on the test recordings I made with you.
Well, see, I'm about visual entertainment, so I'm happy now that we're doing the video. Just stand.
If it was about
sitting
visual
here.
entertainment, you wouldn't be on this show.
Guys, I'm going to put over my social media because I never do, and he's got 5,000 followers. I am on Instagram as Chris Bolin DDR, and I am on Twitter as Chris Bolin DDR. So
Why the DDR?
Deutschland Democratic Republic. You know, I made the Twitter when I was living in Germany, and I lived in Eastern Germany. So.
I've never known what the fuck that stands for, and I've been seeing that come up here for 2 fucking years, I guess.
I just thought you were a dyslexic doctor.
Me, you can reach at kennybolin at msn.com if you want to send me a good old-fashioned email. At Starmaker Bolin on Twitter and on Facebook /Starmaker Bolin, and my new verified account. Finally, a verified account after fucking 8-9 years on fucking Facebook, which we need to get more followers over there because everyone comes to my other page that's practically full, and I have to delete people on their birthday every fucking day because if you haven't ripped me, you're gone, and you get made room for new people. But you can follow me at Kenny Starmaker Bolin on my new verified Facebook account, or you can find a link to it on my wall if you can't remember Kenny Starmaker Bolin.
And once again, I'm Chris Bolin DDR on Instagram and Twitter.
The same thing on both. I'm not on Instagram because why do people have that?
It's to post pictures, yeah.
They post pictures.
It's what people who are under 50 do.
I'm 56, so why the fuck would I
People
do
who are
that?
under 20 do Snapchat.
I'm 25. I don't do Instagram. I do Snapchat.
I do not do Snapchat.
I've seen Snapchats of your dog on Maya's phone.
Yeah,
Always adorable.
exactly.
I won't.
You don't do Snapchat. Millie does Snapchat. It's
I
your
won't.
dog. It's
I
not
won't
you.
do
It's the
Snapchat.
Millie show.
It's Millie. So you got nothing to do with it. It's all the dog.
Indeed. Kenny Gregorio Miron was asking how much your DVD of the old bowling alleys is.
The DVD of the old bowl. The first 5 years I sell for $99.95, but we're going to run a special here. It's 100. People have told me it's about 111 shows, all audio, and I sell those for $16.95. $16.95 for the old. All my DVDs now are $16.95 shipped in the continental U.S.
There's a Paris.
So that makes that nice and easy. And we'll show a couple of those.
Never mind.
We have the breakfast with Bolin. I'm sorry, buffet with, well, mine probably says breakfast, but it's actually buffet with Bolin. We've got, hang on here. This is a 2-disc set. This one here is $18.95. 2-disc set of the best of Bolin and Cena. That's 8 hours, 2 DVD
That
set.
cover looks awesome.
That is an awesome cover. People love that cover. It's a huge cover.
GTA
And
style.
that's
Yeah.
upside down, so that probably ain't going to work. And this here is the best of BS. 6 hours of my best stuff covering from 1998 to 2008. And so to make it easy, all the DVDs are $16.95. The Bowling Alley, I don't have one of those made up. $16.95. It's the first 5 years of the Bowling Alley, around 100 shows. And what else do we sell? Of course, we got the Beats by Bolin. 30. Oh, we have the BS T-shirts. You can get those for $25.95 shipped in the continental U.S. Well, not shipped, but you can get it for $25.95. God damn, I got a lot of shit for sale. I probably screwed you too. Those are now $25.95 shipped in the continental U.S. You can get them on Amazon.com if you live in a foreign country and can't afford to pay me to sign the book. So you can get it on Amazon for under $15 right now. So a good buy on Amazon, but it's more through me because I sign it.
A car?
What's that now?
Fuck no, he ain't got
You
a
have a
car.
car.
He's got no
No,
car.
no, I walk everywhere.
Why would he have a car? He lives in England.
Huh?
I walk everywhere because everywhere I need to go is so close.
Then it seems weird to me that you're having a problem playing Pokemon Go because you won't leave your house.
No. That's not the problem. I don't need a game to leave my house, but It's the battery. The battery.
I've never been more proud. Oh, it kills the
so
batteries out here.
quickly.
What phone do you have?
Galaxy
Which one?
S5.
Okay, I have a Note 4, so we have basically the same phone.
I've got the Geritron 105.
I have a Note 4, so you and I have essentially the same phone, and my battery lasts quite a while.
Maya has my good phone, and that battery probably ain't worth shit.
Yeah, Chris, which country
That's a
did
good phone.
which country did you have that shipped from, and how hot does the battery get?
Which, on mine or his?
On mine?
On Chris's.
Mine runs on a 9-volt.
This is actually an unlocked Verizon wireless phone. This is an American
of course.
phone.
You fancy cheats and whatnot.
Mine's a track phone.
Fancy cheats.
Mine's a track phone. Runs me $7.95 a month. Unlimited. Well, not unlimited, but it does me. Got about 700 minutes on it, I guess.
One more Trump thing before I go, because this just came in from CNN International.
Oh, what do we got?
This is a quote from George W. Bush, the second Bush.
Oh, God.
He fears that under Donald Trump, this country will dissolve into isolationism, nativism, and protectionism. None of those are good things.
None are good.
And that's from George W. fucking Bush!
Who was probably the second most hated potential president who actually became president in this country.
Don't you think it's funny the two greatest countries in the world are kind of falling apart at the moment?
Yeah, you guys botched
and
that
the
Brexit
Philippines are making great strides under their new dictator/ruler.
He's a great dictator. If you
gotta have a dictator, how many's he killed already?
I heard 425 as of last week.
Drug pushers
And users.
and
Through vigilante killings.
He's getting the users too.
Yeah, he's not a friendly man.
Yeah,
but his administration is great. They're doing great things.
I was hoping maybe it was
outside of the
just
genocide.
Because
if you look past the genocide, he's really doing.
Well, here in Jeffersonville or J-Town,
we do not live in Jeffersonville.
No, we don't.
Ever say we live in Jeffersonville?
I'm sorry, J-Town, where the users can go in and turn themselves in and get rehab assistance.
It's a better system than do 30.
Years ago, I wouldn't have saw things that way, but Christopher, through working through some rehab centers, not as a patient, mind you, but as a
hold that thought for
counselor.
1 second. Hold that thought for 1 second. I'm just
He's got to refresh.
All right, hold on, it's connecting, and yeah, carry on.
All right, Christopher wanted to act like a typhoon had hit us and that we just went off the air, and I won't stand for that.
You mean like
Poor
with the
little
Russo one last month?
Poor little Lena.
Did we just go off the air on the Russo show?
Did we?
Yeah, because you had a storm. You had a storm.
Yeah, we had the storm and had to end it. But Lena is actually dealing with her second typhoon inside of 2 months. Down in Batangas, outside of Manila, and she's actually dealing with these things.
Batangas is not outside of Manila; it's 2.5 hours away.
2 hours? Well, not by air.
Manila,
not by
Manila,
air.
London.
It is outside of Manila. Thank you, Maya. It's well outside Manila, 2.5 hours south. So Louisville is just outside Manila, about 25 hours.
Manila, London. You really failed your geography, didn't you?
Well, I didn't do. Here's what really blew me away. Paul RJ down in Australia, if he's still listening, invited me. He said, if things don't work out with Lena in Manila, you're welcome to come here and hang out with me. And I'm thinking, well, why in the fuck do I want to make another 25-hour flight if I've had one disastrous 25-hour flight? Well, it turns out that Australia is just below the Philippines. It's probably not more than a 2 or 3 hour plane ride, I guess, maybe.
Oh, damn.
As the crow flies, it don't look like it'd be more than about a 3 hour flight. So I might go see Paul RJ if things go south. But after 4 years with Lena, we know each other pretty good. I think we're good. But then again, I know people that dated for 19 years, got married, and got divorced the next week. So I guess anything can happen in an animated cartoon. So we'll see how it goes.
The cow is creeping up on you.
Maybe Paul Ardrey can set me up with a hot Aussie woman if things don't work out.
He'll get you a nice, attractive Aboriginal.
You know what?
That's funny if you're a racist.
If things don't work out with me and Lena, I'd be happy to have a relationship with a kangaroo or maybe even a drop bear. Drop bears are cool, the ones that don't kill you.
If you're Australian, we love the drop bear.
I'm gonna get one of those grills.
Maya's hungry.
Maya's wanting fucking her goddamn.
He wants a rhubarb to put on his Cadillac.
We're not going to Outback. It's hot back here because I'm steaming with sexuality.
You're not feeding the dog.
Why you laugh?
You're not feeding the dog on camera today, Kenny?
Am I what?
Not feeding the
Maya's
dog
really
on camera today.
She's
Yeah.
back here shaking her head like a.
Maya just had
No,
a
it's just
Maya
really
just
warm and this is not worth it.
1 hour ago. Maya had a bowl of ice cream that would choke a fucking giraffe. It was the most ungodly sized bowl of ice cream I ever saw in my
It's not
life.
that big.
It was big. So we wrapping it up? Are we done?
Yeah, we're
Yes.
done.
We were done about 20 minutes ago.
Well, but I haven't done the prototypical sign off. We're going to do it here. All three of us. We did say good day. It's a beautiful day.
Thank you.